it is time. Today is the day. Let's get it. So I'm not gonna lie, I got a lot of weeds going on in here too. I tried to do what I could to come in and clear some of them out, but just right in between the garlic, it wasn't really the most ideal experience. So in any event, I actually had some legacy garlic right here in this open spot, but it wasn't looking too good in the early season, so I ended up pulling it. I put some chamomile, which has gotten ravaged by the rain, but it's very, very big. I got some chives in here, and then this is rosemary that I grew from seed. I started that seed such a long time ago, and I'm so happy that it's doing good, and I'm hoping that it'll come back for at least a couple of years. So, but yeah, so I had some legacy garlic here. And then right over here, I have some Mexican purple. So this is, I'm going to pull this Mexican purple right now, and then we'll move on to the other bed where we have a couple of different varieties. And a quick sneak peek at the pumpkin sweet pie that I'm growing. And I mean, it is just a monster. I built this little, what I call my little waterfall bed. So it kind of like just slopes down, and I'm just allowing this pumpkin to just grow. But this isn't a pumpkin video. This is not a pumpkin video. This is a garlic video, but I had to show you because it just looks too amazing, and I can't wait for it to fill up even more.
Wildflowers setting up on stage in a bouquet, caution tape, tears in a verse, and a rock in a hard place, all tears in a verse, in a cop's face. The cat who bumped into winter made away inside for breakfast. Tears in a verse, and a rock in a hard place, all tears in a verse, in a cop's face. Living with the little things in mind, like the snowstorm 45 years ago. Living with the little things in mind, like the cry of the
So let's pull one of these and see what she looks like. In the few that I've harvested already, the root development looks really, really good. I couldn't be happier, really. This is what they look like. Hello. This one looks like it's going to be pretty big. This stalk on this one's a pretty good size. This one too. Oh man, we got two big daddies headed our way. Only slightly bigger than the other ones, but still nice. Still nice. Oh man. Oh yeah, that's a big one right there. That's a big one. I like that one. And there's no splitting, so that was one thing I was reading up on that could be an issue. Is if you let it go too long, it could start splitting. If you pull it too early, then the bulbs might not be formed. But I mean, I think it's pretty obvious at this point that it is the right time to harvest this garlic, you know. All right, so I'm going to pull this last one on camera here, and then what we'll do is I'll pull the rest of them. Then we'll go through a little washing, and then we'll put it in my drying tent. The curing is an important bit, from what I understand. as with a lot of food, is, you know, if you don't cure it properly, you don't store it properly, it's going to go bad. So we don't want that to happen. So we're going to, you know, dry it nice and good and preserve it up and do what we need to do. So this is what I got from that first harvest. Not sure how many are here yet, but I'm gonna trim them up. I like to trim them just because they fit in my space a lot better. I've tried to put them in without trimming them because I don't think you're supposed to. You're supposed to allow them to kind of dry out slowly. Ooh, and it's starting to rain here, so I better be quick. But I'm just going to take the leaves off, and I'm going to leave the big stalk on. We're going to leave it on there, and because usually the stalk holds a lot of moisture, so it'll allow the bulb to dry out slowly instead of drying out all at once. And that typically is what separates a good cure from a bad cure. So we're going to cure it the good way. So let's get these trimmed up, washed off, and then we'll put them in the dry tent.
Into winter, made a way inside for breakfast.
That one washed up real nice. Just power these roots mostly. Get it all out of the roots, and everything else will come right off. And I'm going to save this water. That's why I have a little bucket here. I'm going to save this water, and I'm going to put this water directly in my compost bins. They're a little dry, or you need to moisten them every once in a while, but I know they're a little bit dry. I put a lot of stuff in there. I haven't added any water. And this should be good water. Reusing what I'm making. Trying to be, you know, not as wasteful as possible. Compost. And I just think these roots look so great. I mean, it's really a really good sign of a healthy plant, and I really couldn't be happier with how these roots look. So amazing. All right, I'm gonna go dump my bucket real quick. Another cool thing about using this type of wastewater to water your compost is that there's going to be a lot of microbiology in the soil that's coming off these roots. So if you've done composting, I'm sure that you've seen those little, I guess, boxes of starter that you can get that's supposed to speed up the process of the compost. And my understanding is that's a lot of just microbiology in there that kind of goes at your compost. In my case, I want to use all natural things that I have. I want to try and minimize the cost of everything. And back to the regular scheduled program. All right, this is the last one. All right, so all the garlic is washed off. So I'm gonna go take them and put them in my tent. Do what I do. I have 22, 23, 24, 25 so far. And I'm gonna just keep putting them in here. I already harvested all the others, so I'm just gotta lay them out, and that's it. Just trying to make sure they don't touch as best you can. I don't think if they touch a little bit, it's gonna be the end of the world. But if you can try and avoid them from pressing up against one another, that would be ideal. And oh yeah, this is the Metechi variety. So this is actually a Norwegian variety. The Mexican purple is obviously a Mexican variety. Yeah, I figured I'd just grow a few different varieties. I basically spent about $30 from my local nursery to get these quote-unquote organic, cloves, although I don't necessarily believe in, I guess they would have originally been grown organic. That's probably what they mean by that. But I got 4 different varieties in hopes that I'll find, you know, 1 or 2 that I really, really like and I can keep going. But I mean, I'm not against going back and buying another different type of variety and, you know, trying that out too. Alright, so that's all of the Metechi. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 25. So we have it's a total of 50 garlic so far. So I suspect we'll probably have 25 of the other as well. So a total of 75 garlic, but we'll see what we get. So this is the variety called Bogatyr. It's actually a Russian variety of garlic. So we have garlic from you know, different parts of the world. Not really knowing what to expect, but the nursery that I buy from in my local area, they basically say that they only sell things that are basically going to grow in our climate here in Ottawa. So I felt pretty confident that these were going to be okay. Again, not all of them are humongous, but we have garlic. I couldn't really be happier. Again, the only thing I'm gonna probably change. Well, this one's a pretty big one, really nice looking. But the only thing I'm probably gonna change from this year to next year, which I'm really gonna be planting this year again, is I'm going to apply probably double the compost. I mean, we did have a bad weather. But I'm wondering if maybe not having enough nutrition in the bed has something to do with that. I'm also going to change the bed that they were grown in. So apply more compost, rotate the crop. That's pretty much what I'm going to do. But let's see what we got here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19. So not quite 75, but I'm pretty happy with what I got this year. If these are good, which I should know in the next couple of weeks, then really I might go bonkers, which is really what I normally do. I like to go to the extreme. My wife thought that planting this much garlic was a little bit on the extreme side, but I'm actually looking to step it up even more. All right, that's it. Again, like, subscribe, follow, whatever. Just leave me a comment. I mean, I'm really hoping that some of the stuff that I'm doing here is reaching people around the world, and that some of the stuff that I'm showing you either teaches you something or it gets you motivated. And if there's anything you want to see specifically, let me know, because I'd love to show you. All right, that's it.